Emi, we've just finished an evening here about mental health and mental wellness. So many groups here locally. I mean, it kind of shows the power of football, doesn't it? To bring other topics and other people to sort of the table and bind them together.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's a very important topic. So I feel grateful to be a part of an evening like this, and so many people also participating and making this possible. It's great, and hearing about the Norwich community and now experiencing it it's really something that I can feel, and it gives me a lot of energy to be here tonight.
Yeah, obviously you've been at other clubs in England. I know you did the hospital visit around Christmas as well. So you've seen a lot of kind of the community aspect of this club in a short period that you've been here already.
Yeah, I've seen it from different areas and different perspectives now, and I think everything kind of come together in a night like this where there's a real purpose behind it, and like you say, the sport and especially football in Norwich can play a big part of this, and to feel the energy around the people here afterwards as well is quite unique, and to hear the different stories from some of the people, it's amazing that we can empower each other for a better future and better well-being.
Are these evenings good for you? Because obviously, you spoke about it tonight. You've been through a difficult period recently, obviously losing your dad, and I know you've lost your mum as well at a young age. So just getting out, speaking about it, speaking about them, the memories that you have of them, is that helpful for you and your sort of relationship with grief?
Yeah, definitely. I think I mentioned it up there as well. Every time I speak about my grief and all my parents, it's something that brings them back and back in memory and makes it feel like they're still here, and with the life we're living, everything is so fast, and you quite quickly move on, and nights like this where I speak to a big crowd about it makes me recognize what they have done, and also hear myself speak about it. Makes me proud about what I've been through, and also my parents gives them a extra attention and feel like they're still here.
And obviously, as a 17-year-old, to lose your mum, grief is a very complex thing, a very fluid thing. How has that sort of journey been for you? Because I can imagine it was very different at the start to maybe where you are now, and obviously having to go through it again with your dad.
Yeah, I think you are very right in that moment from when I was 17 to now. I'm a different person, and with the things I have experienced in that period have definitely changed me, and also developed me, and I have grown as a person, and learned a lot about grief and about myself, how I deal with situations like this and challenging in life, and that I have also been able to take into different parts of my life, as football or difficulties or frustrations in other parts of my life, and that's something I have tried to learn and to get educated around as well, we can always learn. I can always learn, and I always trying to improve and be curious. It's something that I've been more aware of. That is something that I want to keep on doing in my life.
It's interesting, sort of, I guess, from your perspective, maybe trying to balance all of the stuff that you've had going on in your life with a professional footballing career, which particularly at 17, so ruthless. A lot of that, a lot of decisions are being made on you at that age. Was that difficult to have all of that going on and to concentrate on football, or did football kind of work as a little bit of a release for you? And could you use some of that grief into eventually the professional footballer that you've become as well?
I think football helped me a lot, and I think I mentioned it was kind of a medicine as well for me to be able to go out and play football. Helped me through my tough times and got my thoughts on different things. And when I was on the football pitch, I was just there and being present and just get a smile on my face and go out and enjoy myself. It's has definitely helped one another. Also on the pitch when I got older, that I have maybe doubted myself, that I have been through some things in my life that I've overcome. So being through the football things have not maybe been such a big thing in the bigger picture, and that have definitely helped me, I think.
In terms of obviously losing your dad very recently and having to go through that grief cycle again, has it been quite similar? Because I can imagine different points of your life, different points in time, obviously different experiences, it could maybe be a little bit different. So what has this sort of wave been like? Obviously very difficult, I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's still quite new for me. You know, it's still only half a year, and I think this time has been. I've been more aware of myself and more aware of what I should do to get through this. Where when I was younger, I was just shutting down and not wanting to talk to people, and it took. In the end, it ended up taking a lot more years and more time to get through it, because I kept it for myself, and that's what I think I have learned from this period. I'm older now, and I am a bit more aware of how I feel and how I go through things, and my own thoughts, and that has I think been the biggest difference in the two circumstances that I've been through.
And you know, you spoke up there about the fact you've worked with a mental coach from very young. We obviously spoke to or seen Matt tonight, and there's a team of a few psychologists at Norwich. So is football getting a little bit better at opening up some of these conversations, at helping players like you when they're in difficult moments? Because I can imagine 15, 10, 20 years ago it would have been very, very different.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, when I was younger, it was private, and it was something I kept for my mental coach. And I think everyone is different. You know, everyone, all people are handling situation different. Some people might be open to talk about it, and especially in the beginning, it can be quite sensitive. And it was also for me. But the older I got, the more open I got it, and it empowered me instead of being something that holding me back. And I think definitely it has helped me, to be able to have a mental coach from a young age that have also pushed me and helped me to put a word or an emotion on the different things I have gone through. It's definitely been helpful for me.
And clearly, I know you spoke about the difficult summer you had last year. Coming to Norwich a little bit later was partly because of that. So what has, I guess, being at Norwich done for you in that regard? Has it helped you in terms of that journey that you spoke about and given you a focus and going to a new place and a new project? Has that helped and acted a little bit? You describe football as medicine. Has that kind of helped a little bit with that process?
Yeah, I think definitely the project and the strategy was something that I thought more and more about when I was choosing where to play. And obviously it took a bit longer than it should have done, and because I was handling the whole situation back in Denmark, and thinking about where the next chapter should be. But in the end, it was something that I thought a lot about where I see myself longer term and in a bigger project, and something that is bigger than just playing football. And to be able to come here and focus on the football and also the bigger picture about, you know, the club is moving in a new direction, and a new strategy is something that I'm really fascinated about.
Yeah, and it feels like a lot of the work that you've done outside of football, obviously in football, but not in the playing side of it. You're obviously part of the Right to Dream stuff, and you've been sort of involved in that. So increasingly, as you've kind of, you're still only 29, so I don't describe you as kind of old, but you know, as your career has progressed, is it something you've thought more about in terms of what you want to do next, and how you want to sort of be involved in some of these projects as a player, and sort of maybe beyond your career as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's already something I'm doing, and I'm involved in different academies in Africa and Brazil. I'm also speaking to Norwich about doing some bits here with the new partnership in India, and that's definitely something that I look into and trying to open some doors. Right now it's I'm still a football player and I can play for 10 more years, but to open the doors and to be curious about it is what I'm thinking about at the moment.
How much you enjoying life at Norwich? Obviously, I know we spoke last night, and it's always difficult in home moments straight after games to sort of ask you generally how you're feeling. But how have you found life here so far?
No, actually, I'm really happy. I think it's the culture. It means a lot for me, and the people that are around every day. It makes it a bit more exciting, and to have that motivation every day and energy. Right now I'm a bit tired, but I'll definitely got a lot of energy from being here today, and then also playing a lot of minutes in the championship again. It's amazing to be back in the championship because there's so many games and with this new project and with people that I know from before and the whole thing is just quite a unique thing that I'm just very excited about to be a part of.
Final food from me, but obviously we've spoken about the project, and I'm sure there will be some fans who, seen recent results, maybe seen some inconsistencies this season, and will be a little bit frustrated because fans are emotional and they want to win now. So, as a player, what's that like for you? Because clearly you want to win now as well, and I guess balancing that short term and long term can probably be quite difficult for you guys as much as it is for the supporters.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. When I'm playing, I want to win. Of course, every game, even though we're 2-0 down or 3-0 down, I always believe that we can turn things around. But also, I know, it takes time. Even though I want to do it now, I want to win now. Then looking at the bigger picture. And seeing the small improvements, that's what means a lot. And to see that every day when we do the analysis of the game, to see the small steps is getting there. It's that's the joy as well. And also the thing I'm looking a lot into. And it is small steps. And I hope also the fans can see that when we. Trying to build up from the back and play beautiful football. Obviously, it's risk, and sometimes we're also gonna lose the ball. But in the bigger picture, we're gonna get better, and that's the biggest thing is to grow and to develop each other and together as a team be better.
And obviously, where you at, and you've spoken about the project and where Norwich are at. You obviously only signed a deal until the end of the season, and I get very much the impression that speaking to you, you'd like to stay for even longer. So, where are we with that process? If there's sort of been any conversations, or are you hoping there's going to be some conversations in the not so distant future?
Yeah, I like to be here, and I hope obviously to stay here for a longer period. But it's not something that. I'm at the moment with all these games thinking a lot about, but it is hopefully something we can look into. But at the moment, I'm just thinking about recovering and getting back out there and doing well again on Saturday.
Yeah, and just last one from me, but I know the manager spoke about you. I think it was actually before you signed, and he was asked about you, I think, in Denmark, and he sort of said it felt like you needed something for 2-3 years where you could really focus on and settle down. And do you sort of feel that's where you are in your career as well? That and this, I guess, could be the place to do that?
Yeah, definitely. I think to find the also my spot in the team and my role. I think it's something that I have been looking for quite a few years. To be that have that role that is important is something where I play my best football is when I feel important and wanted as well. So I definitely see that here.
Thanks, Emi.